Hey guys, I know it's been a while since I did a video, but this is a video that I've been wanting to do for a long time. It's basically about 7 things that drives me nuts when people are texting me or anybody else. So, these 7 things might not be like drive you nuts when people are texting you, but just 7 things that drive me completely nuts. Now, I know that we all know that, like, they're texting things like, don't text in capitals, or, well, basically that's the only one I know. Don't text in capitals because, that means you're yelling at someone, or obviously don't, text naked pictures of yourself to someone, but these are 7 other etiquette things which I think should really be considered when it comes to texting someone, just because they're considerate things to do. And the first one is don't text someone more than once or twice if they don't text you back. Like, if you text someone just to say hi or how are you or whatever, you're texting someone, or good morning or good night or whatever you would normally text someone, and if you text them once and they don't text you back, and it's someone that you think would normally text you back, then it's okay to text them again, and because maybe you didn't get the text message or something. But definitely don't text them more than twice unless it's an absolute emergency. Now, emergencies are exception to that rule. Like, you can totally, if you have an emergency or something that you really need to tell that person, you can text them and be like, oh, I'm sorry I texted you again, but I really need to tell you this, and I won't text you again, I just need this answer to this question, or whatever it is that you're texting them. Of course, with texting, there are exceptions to every rule, and it's usually like, if you're close enough to someone to say like, oh, it's okay if you text me at this time, if it's like when you're really close friends and you kind of have this unspoken rule that's okay. But this is the one I think that should be followed by everybody. Yeah, just don't text. It's common courtesy not to constantly text someone if they don't text you back. So yeah, that's my first pet peeve, because I get like people that'll text me like 5 or 6 times, and I have to text them back and tell them to stop texting me. And okay, the second one is kind of weird, but the second one is don't have a conversation with yourself over someone's text messaging inbox. And what I mean by this is like when sometimes someone will text you and they'll say, hi, how are you? Or something like that, and then you'll be busy and you won't answer them back, so they will text you and say like, oh, I'm good, like you just answered them. So they're having a conversation with themselves, answering questions that you didn't you didn't ask them, or acting like they're having a conversation with someone else over your text messaging. Not only is this annoying because it's weird to have someone answer a question that you didn't ask, or text you back when you didn't text them back, they're just blowing up your phone with all these text messages that you don't even respond to, and it gets to the point where these people text you so much that you have to text them back and ask them to stop, and sometimes in my experience, they still won't stop, and then you have to text them back just to make them happy. And that's another rule that should be accounted for everybody. Like, you know, everybody should, don't just have a conversation with yourself over someone's texting. It's annoying, and they might want to be polite and not tell you, but, you know, it's annoying, because if it's only a one-sided conversation, then sometimes you don't even know what the other person is talking about. Okay, number 3 is, if someone is sick, busy, or tells you they're tired, don't keep texting them. If someone's sick, it's a big thing for me, because I have people that have, are being treated by doctors for, you know, specific things, so they sleep a lot, you know, they don't feel good a lot, and people are constantly texting them, even when they say, like, you know, I don't feel good, I'm trying to sleep, so, and they try to say it in the politest way possible, but some people still don't get it, and they still continue to text them and try to have a conversation with this person and say, like, well, you know, they're talking about something totally different than what the person just mentioning, instead of saying, like, okay, no, you don't feel good, so I will text you later, or whatever it is they might say. They continue to text the person, and the person is just very annoying, because for whatever reason, some people just can't turn off their phones and ignore the text messages. Like, say if you had kids, or a family that was out of state, or a family that was at work, something, it would not be possible for you to just turn off your phone and just ignore these text messages, and you're sick and you don't feel good, and people are just continuing to text you, and when you start to fall asleep and finally actually do get to fall asleep, people are still texting you, and then even though you try to text them to get it to stop, they don't stop. So basically the bottom line is just, you know, don't text someone 500 times that you know is sick. And it is okay, however, to text someone to check on them if you know someone's not feeling well and you want them to know that you're thinking about them, or, you know, if it's one of your friends and you just want to send them some love, or, you know, there are situations like that. Text them, tell them you're thinking about them, tell them that you are here if they want to talk, but you don't want to bother them, so that way, if they want to talk to you, they will text you or call you back. So then you're kind of putting the ball in their court and letting them decide if they want to talk to you or not. So that's always a good way to do things when it comes to texting people that are sick or tired or busy. Also, if someone says they're tired, take that as a cue, as like they don't want to text you. Maybe sometimes they do want to text you, but they're tired from work or whatever. So they mention, you know, I'm tired, I'm going to go to sleep. So that will be another situation where you kind of just text them back and you're like, okay, well, I'm going to let you go because I know you're tired. Text me if you want to talk. Again, that's kind of leaving the ball in their court. Also, you know, if someone's busy, that would be another. If they're your friends, you know people's schedule usually most of the time, or at least vaguely, so you would just, you know when someone works, you know when they're busy with family or whatever. So, if someone says they're busy or doesn't text you back at all, just assume that there's a reason and they will text you back when they want to. Oh, another one of my pet peeves, like, I think this is number 4, is people that send all forwards. Do not send someone all forwards. Yes, we all know that forwards are really, really cute sometimes, and it's good to get those cute little, friendship forwards that says, oh, you're my best friend because of this and this and this, or it's sister day or brother day, or whatever those cute little forwards. It's good to get those as well because some of them are really cute. But there are some people that constantly text, and that's all they text. So it's understandable if people like to text forwards. If you do like to do that, just remember to text the people you're texting, and maybe ask them. Just text them to say hi. In addition to the forwards that you're texting them, so they don't think that you're only texting them to send them forwards. And then number 5 is the same thing, but with sending 1,000,000 pictures of yourself. Like, don't send someone a bazillion pictures of yourself, really. You don't want to see the pictures of someone in 8 or 9 different poses. I will have people that will text me pictures, and it will end up being like, 8 or 9 different poses of the same picture. Now, there are exceptions to this one as well. If you think you're having a good, pretty day, and you kind of want to just send someone a picture of yourself, or, you just want someone to see something pretty that you saw, that's completely understandable. But, don't send people pictures, 1,000 different pictures of the same thing. With kids, if you have kids and stuff and pets, it's understandable that you're going to want to send people pictures of your family members and your kids and stuff and your pets. And if you do have a situation where you're like, okay, I have 7 really adorable pictures of my kids, and I want to send this to my best friends so that they can see, that's completely understandable. Because in that situation, the person would be like your best friend, so they would want to see pictures of your kids, or at least they should want to, or at least ask someone and see if they want to see pictures of your kids before you send, or you in one case, because it becomes really stuck up looking if you send a person 5, 6 pictures of just yourself, unless there's a reason, unless there's a previously discussed agreement that you're gonna send this person 5 or 6 pictures for whatever reason. Just don't do it unless you have an agreement that you made. And the next one that I don't think that people really get is one word texting. If someone's texting you one word, or you're talking to someone and all they're saying is yeah or okay, or it's pretty obvious that they're busy or they don't want to text you, so stop texting them for a while. And if they do want to text you, they'll just text you back when they're ready, or call you or something. you text people enough that you should know the way that they text. And you should know the way that they are when they text you. And if they're if they're in the mood where they don't want to text, you should know that. Or if they're texting one word, or really vague answers to your questions, or something like that. Just stop texting them and see what happens. Just understand people's cues. And the last one is, just be considerate of the person you're texting and the time you're texting them and the situation that they're in that you're texting them from. Like, if you know this person was out of state and there's a time difference, consider the time difference so that you don't text anyone too early or too late. If you know them and you know the way they text, like I was saying, don't text them. Learn people's cues, basically, and learn what they're like when they don't want to text, or when they're just texting to be polite, because a lot of people actually do that, and they just text to be polite when they don't really want to be texting you. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to talk to someone or be texting someone if they're annoyed by my text messages. Of course, there are exceptions to this rule too. Again, like if it's like your best friend and you kind of have like an unspoken rule, like, oh, you can text me any time of day you want, then that's completely understandable. But just be very considerate of the people you're texting, what you're texting, and if you've never texted someone before, really be considerate of them. Okay, well, I think that's it. I think this is going to be kind of a long video. Oh, and also I'm writing a more in-depth article for Zynga on this. So if it gets posted, I will post it on Facebook, or if this is Blogger, I'll post underneath here anyway, so that you guys read more in depth if you want to. And oh yeah, leave in a comment or something. What are your pet peeves and about texting, and what do you like? Do you like when someone texts you and says good morning, or do you like, what do you like about when people text you? Okay. Well, I hope everyone has a good day and a good weekend. Bye.